Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you saw my intro video I did last week. That was just a little bit of background about me. So if you missed that video, my name is Elizabeth. I'm a second year MSW student. I'm getting my master's degree in social work and my undergraduate degree is in criminal justice. So today we're gonna bring it back to like 2013, 14, 15, girly YouTube era, where the big trend was what's in my blank. My backpack, my purse, my makeup bag, filing cabinet, underwear drawer, fridge, I don't know, what's in my everything. That was the trend, and I always wanted to do one of these videos. So today we're gonna make it a little bit different. This is what's in my internship bag for the jail. So, little context. This is my second year in the program. So it's my second field placement. My first field placement was the second semester of my program, spring of 2023, and I was placed at a residential rehab facility for women. I worked with addiction because I have a history with addiction, like working with addiction, and so I worked primarily with sex and love addiction, which was out of my wheelhouse, not something I've ever done before. But it was a great learning opportunity. I had a great time. I enjoyed myself, and I learned a lot, which is really important. So that was a 300-hour placement just for that semester. I was there from January until May. This field placement is it's gonna be the 4th and 5th semester of my program. So I'll be here from August until May. It's a 600-hour placement, so I'll be here all year. I was placed in a juvenile detention center, which I was apprehensive about because I've never worked with adolescents, but it's very on track with what I want to do eventually. I really want to take my 2 degrees, mush them together, and do prison social work. So I think this placement is getting me even closer to where I want to be and what I want to ultimately do. So I am ultimately really excited. That being said, let's get into what's in my internship bag. So first and foremost, this is my bag, and you'll notice it's not cute. This is not like your cute little tote bag, structured tote, leather that you see in like other videos, because I'm in a jail. So I have a clear bag for security purposes. The guards can see what I'm bringing in, what I'm bringing out. They make sure I don't have any contraband or anything like that. What I have in my bag is bare bones necessities, nothing fun or interesting, but this is what I need to get my job done. It's pretty boring, but it's also pretty interesting because I'm gonna give you some tips on if you are starting a field placement in a jail or you're gonna be working in a jail, maybe some things that you need to look out for or be aware of. So this is my bag. Like I said, clear, security. You can find 125,628 of these bags on Amazon. It's nothing special, but what I love about this bag is it's huge. It's like a tote bag, so I can fit all my files and folders and paperwork in here. So we'll start with the outside pocket. I always bring my hydro flask with me. I've never seen a water fountain or anything like that in the jail. The guys, like the inmates, I hate that word, but the inmates have like big water coolers outside of their pods so they can get water, but I've never seen like a water fountain or anything for me to fill up my hydro flask, so I just bring it and ration it throughout the day. This hydro flask was a gift from my ex, one of his many I'm sorry gifts, and I'm not gonna throw it away because I don't want to contribute to landfill waste, so I'm not sorry about it. Thank you for my gift. The first pocket right here is very important because this is where I'll throw my wallet and my keys in here before I walk in. The only fun and exciting things I have in here is gum and hand lotion. That's it. That's the most fun and exciting part of this video. But more importantly, I have pens. I'm a social worker, intern. And so I'm constantly taking notes, but you'll notice I only have 3 pens. I don't have cute accessories or school supplies or a pack of like these aesthetic pens or anything like that. I have 2 pens for myself. My black one's for my planner, my blue one is for taking notes. That's how I structure things in my brain. And I have 1 pen for the inmates. Very important with this population is that these kiddos are not allowed to have pens. They get pencils for their schoolwork that I believe they have to turn them back in before they go back to their cells. I have 1 singular pen, and I specifically have 1 pen because I can notice if it goes missing. If I have a worksheet or a handout for one of my clients to fill out, I hand them this pen. I watch them fill it out. We talk about it. We go over the worksheet. And then this pen returns to me. If this pen is not back, zipped up in my bag, that client is not leaving. This pen can be turned into a shank. And pens have been turned into shanks in this facility. So very important when working with this population, you bring 1 pen, you keep track of this 1 pen. That's my biggest tip. Don't bring a whole pack of pens because you don't notice when they go missing. And then going into the main pocket of this bag, it gets a little more boring. First and foremost, this is a social worker's lifeline. Just a pad of paper to take your notes on when you're working with a client. Then I have my planner. This is a Happy Planner, that's the brand. I got mine from Michael's. I've been an avid fan of the Happy Planner for years now. This is the vertical hourly layout, so this is what works best for me. I intend to do a whole video about planning and how to efficiently plan and how to be the most productive with your planner. Very important to me, goes everywhere with me. This is my personal planner, so this doesn't have any client information. I just need this to keep track of meetings and like what time I need to leave based on what classes and meetings and stuff I have going on. Then I have, very important to me, my files. So the files that I bring with me, I've got a whole filing cabinet with all kinds of research articles that I've done, research projects and proposals that I've written, all kinds of like handouts for TFCBT and CBT and DBT and DBTA I keep with me, all kinds of stuff like that. But the files that I bring with me are handouts and worksheets that I've accumulated, that I use with my clients. So the ones that I bring for this internship working with adolescents in this population is DBTA, which is dialectical behavioral therapy for adolescents. This comes in handy. I've done a lot of research into DBTA and its use with juveniles who are in a correctional facility. So I'm accumulating handouts and worksheets that will be applicable to this population. A lot of DBTA mindfulness stuff is like, go ride your bike, go visit a friend, talk to your mom, all these things that this population can't do. So I'm doing a lot of research right now on what my guys can do while they're in jail and coping mechanisms and techniques for them. I've been shadowing and done a couple days of work at this facility, so I know that so far the clients are responding really well to deer man skills, breathing techniques, visualization techniques like leaves on a stream, if you know that one. So yeah, I keep my DBTA folder on me, long story short, because it's what I use with this population and what they respond really well to. Different populations and different circumstances respond well to other things, but this is what I use with my guys and they like it. Then I keep my regular DBT folder with me. These are handouts and again, worksheets from DBT group that I led at my last internship placement. So these aren't meant for adolescents, but I keep them on me because some of these skills still apply, and I like to have this to reference back to. The next one is just my mindfulness folder. Again, worksheets and handouts. And then I have a what is trauma folder. This is not as much handouts as it is information for me and how I can explain trauma to the kiddos, because, well, we can get into, I don't know. I could speak for hours about trauma in prison and in correctional facilities, and the trauma that leads you to commit crime, the trauma that you accumulate and is compounded upon while you're in correctional facility. That's where the primary focus of my education has been, so I could talk on that forever. But I keep my what is trauma folder on me, again, to reference back to in case I need it. So those are the files that I keep with me. They're important for me to have. And then I just keep, this purple folder is all of my field information, agreements that I've signed. I have the MSW code of conduct in here, which that's another tip for social workers in training, MSW students, interns, all this kind of stuff. You need to have a code of conduct and your code of ethics on you at all times. Very important to reference back to if you have any questions on like, I'm having an ethical dilemma and I don't know what to do. Reference back to this, because if any issues arise, you can point to where you have read in the code of ethics that you should act this way. So that's everything that's in this bag. Like I said, not super exciting, but good information if you are starting a field placement, especially if you're starting a field placement in a correctional facility, and maybe just some tips on things that you should bring on your first day. Don't bring a ton on your first day, but over time, as you work your internships and as you go through the program, you gather such a wealth of information and handouts and worksheets and manuals and skills, and you really load your tool belt up. So this is stuff that I've accumulated by the 4th semester of my program. You won't have all this on your first day, but this is what I'm starting with, and this is what's helped me so far. So hopefully some of that was interesting, some of that might help you. In my next videos, I'm going to continue on with this theme of like grad school tips, grad school things to know, and how I'm surviving grad school. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Okay.